नमो नमः। द्वादशी कक्षा संस्कृतम् आह्लादः पाठ्यपुस्तकम् द्वितीय मंडलम् पद्य विभागः तृतीयः पाठः मोदं वितनोतु संवादः. The name of the lesson is Modam Vitanotu Samvadah. Samvadah means dialogue. Here is a dialogue in the form of a subhashita, and let the dialogue give us happiness. Let the dialogue spread happiness. Modam. Modaha is happiness, pleasure. Vitanotu. May it spread. May it give. Vitanotu. We will now read the preface. Bhumika. सुभाषितानां बहवः प्रकाराः इतः पूर्वम् अस्माभिः दृष्टाः. There are so many types of subhashitas and we have studied them earlier. अत्र विशिष्य संवादमयानि subhashitani संगृहीतानि. Now here in this lesson also there are subhashitas collected, but the difference is that these subhashitas are संवादमय, full of a dialogue. देवताद्वयस्य देवतामनुष्ययोः पक्षिणोः रोचकाः संवादाः सुभाषितेषु दृश्यन्ते. So here we find dialogues. There may be two deities or gods talking to each other. There may be a god or goddess and a man, that is the poet. There may be birds and there may be other animals. So here are some interesting dialogues. We find them in these subhashitas. अत्र श्लेषालङ्कारस्य तथा अन्योक्ति अलङ्कारस्य उदाहरणम् अपि दृश्यते. Now here we find figure of speech, alankar. There are two types of alankar, those we find in these subhashitas. First is shlesha. In English it is called as pun, P-U-N, or the other word is synthedecking, S-Y-N-T-H-D-C-K-I-N-G, and the simple word is pun, P-U-N. What does it mean? It means a word has two or more meanings. A person in this dialogue is using a word in one meaning, and the other person who is listening to the sentence takes it for granted the other meaning of the word, and so this dialogue becomes humorous. Similarly, there is another figure of speech, anyokti. In English, it is called as allegory, A-L-L-E-G-O-R-Y. What does it mean? That the sentence is uttered addressing a person, but in fact, in reality, the sentence is related to some other person. In Marathi, there is a sentence like Leki bole sune lage. It means that something is said to the daughter, but then what is said is related to the daughter-in-law. Here it is called as anyokti. So, if we relate things to some other situation, we find that the dialogue is humorous. Kutrachit krutaka kalahaha कुत्रचित् परिहासः, कुत्रचित् उपहासः अपि दृश्यते. Now here in these dialogues we find that a false quarrel, that is, they are making fun of each other, and sometimes they are teasing each other, and therefore such type of subhashitas are humorous, and so they make us happy. These are interesting subhashitas. We will start with the first subhashita. Here the meter is Shardula Vikriditam. Shardula Vikriditam is known to us because we know the verse Ya Kundendu Tushar Dhavala. The same meter is there, and therefore in same tune we can sing this verse. कृष्णेनाम्बगतेन रन्तुमधुना मृद्भक्षिता स्वेच्छया सत्यं कृष्णक एव माहमुसली मिथ्याम्ब पश्याननम् व्यादेहीति विकासितेऽथ वदने दृष्ट्वा समस्तं जगत् माता यस्य जगाम विस्मयवशं पायात्स वः केशवः. Now here the dialogue starts. There are three persons. First is Mata. She is Yashoda. The second person is Musali. He is Balaram. And the third person is Krishna. That is name of Keshava. Now the dialogue starts. First, Musali is saying something. He is saying Krishnena Amba Gatena Rantum Adhuna Mrut Bhakshita Swechaya. So the first line of the verse is said or uttered by Musali, that is Balram. What does he say? Amba, O mother. What happened? Now, he is complaining. He said, Krishna went to play. Krishnena rantum gatena. And he ate the sand. Mrud bhakshita. Mrud mati. Bhakshita. He ate the sand. Swechaya, on his own desire, on his own wish, he ate the sand. Adhuna, just now, that he did the wrong thing, and because of that, Balram, as his elder brother, is going to Yashoda and complaining about him. Here, in the first line, Krishnena plus Amba is the Sandhi, Rantum plus Adhuna. Now, in the second line, Satyam Krishna, these two words are uttered by the mother. The mother asks Krishna. She calls him and asks, O Krishna, is this true? Ka evam aha. Now this is the line uttered by Krishna. Krishna asks, who says this? Evam, in this way. Aha says, who says this? Now the mother answers. The answer of the mother is Musali. In one word, she says, Musali said this. Now who is Musali? Musali is Balaram. So why this name Musali? Musali is the word ending in in. Musalam, asti, astya, iti. The word is tadbit. After adding some endings to musala, that is in ending to musala, we have got the word musali. Therefore, musali is our tadhit word. Now, what does when Krishna listens to this answer that Musali had complained about him? Now, what does Krishna, how does he defend? He says, Mithyamba Pasha Ananam. He says to his mother that, oh mother, this is false. Mithya, this is not true. This complaint is not true. And how I will prove it? You look at my mouth. Have a look of my mouth. Pashya plus ananam. Mithya plus amba. Pashya plus ananam. So in the second line, evam plus aha. Mithya plus amba. Pashya plus ananam. Now, when Krishna defends himself to make it clear whether the complaint is correct or not, whether Krishna ate sand or not, mother says, Vyadehi. Mother says, open your mouth. Vyadehi. Iti. This is the sandhi. Vyadehi plus iti. Then what happened? Then Vikasite atha vadani društva samastam jagat. Now Vikasite plus atha is the sandhi. Here that a has become our graha. Vikasite atha vadane. Now vadane and vikasite, both the words are in saptami vibhakti. This type of formation of sentence is called as sati saptami. When there are two actions and the former action is described in saptami vibhakti, then the formation of sentence is called as sati saptami. Vadane vikasite. And the meaning or the formation of sentence can be removed with using yada tada. So when and then the sentence is, the two actions are joined by when and then. When he opened his mouth, vadane vikasite. When he opened his mouth, then what could she look at? Društva samastam jagat. In his mouth, she saw the whole universe. The whole universe, the sun, the planets, the stars, and the Milky Way. In this way, the whole universe she found in his mouth. And then she was astonished. Mata yasya jagama vismaya vasham. Mata vismaya vasham jagama. The mother was fully astonished, as if she was under control of vismaya, surprise. Vismaya vasham, under control of surprise. Now here, jagama means to go. She went. The paroksha bhutkal of gama. Second past tense of gama. Now here, Mata is not going anywhere. She is surprised. This is the meaning. But the verb used here shows gati. That is, it means the action of going. And so, this type of formation of sentence is called as gati vachak. Mata vismayala geli. म्हणजे कुठे गेली का? Is there any place called Vismaya? No. What does it mean? What does it mean? It means that she was surprised. त्या वाक्याचा अर्थ ती आश्चर्यचकित झाली. आश्चर्याला गेली म्हणजेच आश्चर्यचकित झाली. So she is surprised. This is the meaning. And so this type of sentence is called as gativacha, where the verb has the verb is showing gati. And then the poet wants to say, such a great lord, yasya mata vismayavasham jagama, whose mother was surprised, saha keshavaha, that Lord Keshav, vaha paya, may protect you. Vaha. Vaha is Yushmat pronoun and it is Dvitiya Bahuvachan. It is Tvam Tva Avam Vam Yushman Vaha Dvitiya. Optional form of Dvitiya Bahuvachan. Keshavaha Vaha Payat. May Lord Keshav protect you all. So in this way, the poet wants to show the greatness of Krishna, greatness of Keshava. Now, here, in this Subhashita, Rantum is Rama 180 Tumanta. Then, in second line, Pashya, Drusha 1 pp. It is Adnyartha, Lot Laka, Madhyam Purush, Ekvachanam. Next, third line, Vyadehi, V plus A plus Da, 3 UP, here PP, it's Lot, Adnyartha, Madhyam Purush, Ekvachanam. In third line, Drushtva is the Twanta of Drusha Pashya 1 PP. Last, Jagama, fourth line, Gama 1 pp. It is Paroksha Bhutkar, that is Lit Lakar. Pratham Purush, Ekvachanam. Pratham Purushaha, Ekvachanam. Payat, Pa, 2 pp, to protect is the meaning. Vidhiling Lakar, Pratham Purushaha, Ekvachanam. These are the words. Here Rantum and Drushtva are Krudanta. Next, we'll find the Vibhakti. Krishnena is instrumental singular, that is Tritiya Ekvachan of Krishna. Similarly, Swechaya is also Tritiya Ekvachan of Svecha ending in A, feminine. Strilingi. Musali, Musalin is the word ending in Pullinga Prathama Ekvachan. Mata, Matru ending in Ru, Trilingi Prathama Ekvachan. Now here, Bhakshita. Bhaksha 10 UP, Ta Pratyayanta, and therefore it is Krudanta. Musali is the word which is Taddir. So in this way, we find that Musali complains about Krishna, but Krishna is so great that he proved himself innocent. Not only that, he surprised his mother. It showed the incidents, the incident shows the greatness of Krishna. Now the second Subhashita. Here Mandakranta is the meter. So the tune is different. Kastvam Shuli मृगय भिषजं नीलकण्ठः प्रियेऽहं केकामेकां कुरु पशुपतिर्नैव दृश्ये विषाणि स्थाणुर्मुग्धे न वदति तरुर्जीवितेश शिवाया गच्छाटव्यां मिति हतवचाः पातु वश्चन्द्रचूडः. Now here there is a dialogue between Parvati and Shankar. Now the Shankar is coming late from somewhere, from doing some job, and he is returning home. He is at the door. The door is closed and he knocks, and Parvati is there inside his home, and she asks, before opening the door, she is asking, Kastvam, who are you? Kaha plus Tvam, who are you? Now this is the dialogue of Parvati. The answer of Shankar is Shuli. Shankar says, I am Shuli. Now what is Shuli? Shulin. Shulaha asya asti iti. That is Trishulaha asti asya iti. The one who has got Trishul. Now Trishul is the weapon of Shankar, and therefore Shankar says, I am Shuli. Now this is the first meaning of Shuli, where Shula means Trishula, the weapon. But Parvati takes into consideration the another meaning of Shula, where Shula means pain, and therefore the person having pain, that is a patient. And so she says, Mrugaya Bhishajam, that go and find a doctor. Bhishajam, Bishop is doctor. Mrugaya, go and see a doctor. Now Shankar understands that she is teasing, and therefore he introduces himself with another name. Neelakantaha priye aham. Oh dear, I am Neelakantha. Now what is the meaning of Neelakantha? Kantha is throat, whose throat is blue colored throat. Now because of the halahal poison that Shankar drank to save the world, his throat changed into blue color. But then the word Neelakantha has another meaning. It means peacock who also has a blue throat. And therefore Parvati, considering the another meaning, that is a peacock, says Kekam ekam kuru. If you are a peacock, make a keka sound. In Sanskrit, the sound of a peacock is called as keka. So I can believe you only when you make a sound of keka. Then truly you are Neelakantha. So now Shankar understands that Parvati is teasing him. Now he changes his name. He says, Pashupati. I am Pashupati. So Pashu is the bull, that is Nandi. And so the owner of a bull, Pashupati, is Shankar. But then Pashupati means a bull, and therefore Parvati, taking into consideration the meaning a bull, she says, I can't believe you because na eva drushye vishani. I cannot see your two horns. If you are a bull, then you should have two horns. But I can't see them. Therefore, you are lying. Now, again, Shankar wants to introduce himself and says, Thanur Mugdhe. Thanu plus Mugdhe. Here the Visarga changes to R. Thanu plus Mugdhe. O innocent lady, Mugdhe. Thanu aham. I am Thanu. So here is another name of Shankar that means a stable person. Thanu. But then another meaning of Thanu is a tree. And therefore, Parvati says, Na vadati taruhu. The Thanu, that is a taru, that is a tree, cannot talk. And how are you talking? That is, you are not a Thanu. And as long as he is not able to introduce himself, she is not going to open the door. And therefore, as a last reply, Shankar says, Jiviteshaha Shivayaha. I am Jiviteshaha. I am the Lord of the life of Shiva. Shiva is Parvati. Jiviteshaha, husband. I am husband of Shiva, that is Parvati. That is you. That is what Shankar wants to say. But then Shiva has another meaning. It means a female fox. And therefore, Parvati says, if you are husband of a female fox, that is, you are a fox, then Gacha Atavyam. Why are you coming here? Don't come here. You go to the forest. Gacha Atavyam. Go to the forest. Why are you here? In this way, Parvati teases Shankar, and now Shankar is Hatavachaha. He has got no reply. He cannot introduce himself. And poet says, Chandrachudaha Vaha Patu. So these many names the poet has given, the poet has used in his Subhashit. One more name he introduces, Chandrachudaha. Chandra, moon. Moon is there in the Chuda, that is on the head of the Shankar. So Chandrachudaha means Shankar. May the God Shankar, may the Lord Chandrachuda protect you. Patu Vaha. May the Lord protect you all. Vaha plus Chandrachudaha is the Sandhi. Now, in second line, Pashupatihi plus Na plus Eva, Sandhi. Thanuhu plus Mugdhe, Visarga changes to Ra. Taruhu plus Jiviteshaha, here also Visarga becomes Ra. Gacha Atavyam Iti. Vaha plus Chandrachudaha, here the Visarga becomes Sh. Vash Chandrachudaha. So in this way, these are the Sandhi. Now in this verse, Mrugaya is the word. Mruga 10 UP. लोट लकार मध्यम पुरुषः एक वचनम. कुरु क्रू 8 यूपी. लोट लकार मध्यम पुरुषः एक वचनम. दृश्ये दृश्य 1 पीपी. कर्मवाच्यम लट लकार उत्तम पुरुषः एक वचनम. पातु पा 2 पीपी. लोट लकार प्रथम पुरुषः एक वचनम. Now here Mugdhe and Priye are Sambodhan Ekvachan of Priya and Mugdha ending in A. Shuli is Shulin ending in Pullinga, Pullinga, Prathama Ekvachanam. Bishajam, Bishak, Pullinga, Bhishak ending in ka half. Shulin ending in in. Bhishak ending in ka half. Pullinga, Dvitiya, Ekvachanam. Kekam, Keka ending in a. Strilinga, Dvitiya, Ekvachanam. Vishani, Vishana, Napusakalingam, Prathama, Dvivachanam. So there are two horns, Vishana, Dve Vishan. Shivayaha, Shiva ending in a, Strilinga, Shashti, Ekvachanam. Hatavachaha, Hatavachas ending in saha, Pullinga, Prathama, Bahuvach. Pullinga Prathama Ekvachanam Chandramaha Hatavachaha. Now here in this way we find the dialogue humorous with the help of pun shlesha. There are two meanings of the word and therefore it is humorous. Here Parvati and Shankar, as if playing a game where Shankar wants to introduce himself with so many names, but then Parvati, as if denies to recognize him, takes another meaning of the words.